It was June 14th, 2021, when the Portland construction and development company Lakeside Hotel project crew found a buried Honda Civic underground while excavating near Crater Lake. And project manager 38-year-old James Peterson's breath caught when he saw the car's license plate. The car had been lying there for 18 years, a rusted blue Honda Civic, yet the driver was nowhere. Oregon police had searched for Lauren Davis for 18 years. The 16-year-old swimmer had vanished as if the morning practice route had swallowed her. Exactly 18 years later, that car by the lake would change everything. Criminal laboratory technicians extracted the last location data from the car's GPS system. GPS records showed Lauren's car had stopped for the last time at 5:47 a.m., but the location wasn't the swimming pool. A scan began in the Oregon Crime Database for GPS coordinates. The result was shocking. The GPS final location pointed to an address, 2847 Lakeside Drive, Michael Reed's house, Lauren's coach. There was another DNA on the car's steering wheel, gear shift, and glove compartment. Soil samples, sweat traces, hair particles. The database gave results in 0.8 seconds. Michael Reed, 52 years old, a man who had coached at Crater Lake Swimming Academy for 22 years. DNA analyses, GPS data, and organic materials inside the vehicle pointed to a name Portland had trusted for 18 years, head coach Michael Reed. Reed had joined Lauren's search teams, supported the Davis family's theory at school meetings that maybe she ran away, maybe went to another city. He had given an interview on the local news channel, said, "Lauren was my most talented athlete. I miss her." Now police were at his door, asking him one question. How was Lauren's car buried in lake soil at your house's GPS coordinates for 18 years, Michael? On the east shore of Crater Lake, 80 meters beyond the old swimming club facilities, among the lake reeds, Lauren Davis's skeletal remains were found. 16 years old, a young girl dreaming of the Olympics. Silence because her coach wanted to show her a special morning practice. Lauren Marie Davis was born on April 12, 1987, at Providence St. Vincent Hospital in Portland. Her mother, Karen Davis, was a 28-year-old elementary school teacher. Her father, Thomas Davis, worked as a cargo inspector at the Port of Portland. Little Lauren was the Davis family's only child, and her parents were determined to help her achieve everything they had dreamed for her. Their modest two-story home was located in a quiet neighborhood in northeast Portland. Here, neighbors knew each other, children played safely in the streets, and on summer evenings, people sat on porches drinking lemonade. When Lauren was just 4 years old, Karen began taking her to swimming classes at the local community center. Karen never forgot that first day. When Lauren entered the pool, she showed no fear, seeming to have a natural connection with the water. While other children cried at the edge or clung to their parents' arms, Lauren was splashing the water with her small arms and laughing. Her first coach, 62-year-old former Olympic swimmer Dorothy Chambers, told Karen that day, "This girl belongs to the water. Never forget that." And Dorothy was right. By the time Lauren turned 8, she won 3 gold medals in her age category at the Oregon State Junior Swimmers Championship. At 10, she was accepted to Crater Lake Swimming Academy, one of the most prestigious swimming programs in the Pacific Northwest. The academy was a modern facility located on the shore of Crater Lake, 40 kilometers south of Portland. It had Olympic standard pools, strength training halls, and specialized programs aimed at turning youth into Olympic champions. For Thomas and Karen, this meant great sacrifice. Waking up at 4:30 every morning to take Lauren to practice, traveling to competitions every weekend, spending money on special nutrition plans and equipment. But when they saw the happiness on Lauren's face, they knew it was all worth it. Lauren's coach was Michael Reed, 48 years old, a respected name in the swimming world. He had won a bronze medal at the 1976 Montreal Olympics, then moved into coaching. He had been working at Crater Lake Academy for 22 years and had taken dozens of students to national championships. Tall, broad-shouldered, with gray hair, Reed was known as a disciplined but fair coach. Parents trusted him. Children respected him. No one suspected he might have a dark secret. By October 2003, Lauren was 16 years old and experiencing the brightest period of her life. She was a high school senior, had a 3.8 GPA, and hoped to receive a full scholarship offer from Stanford University the following year. But her real goal was to compete in the 2004 Athens Olympics. Michael Reed constantly told her, "You're Olympic material, Lauren. Just keep focusing." On Friday, October 17th, 2003, Lauren came home from school, did her homework, and prepared her bag for the next morning's practice. She talked with her mother at dinner. Karen spoke proudly of Lauren's recent English exam. Thomas suggested going to the Portland State Fair that weekend. Lauren smiled but said, "I need to finish Saturday's practice first." That night, Lauren wrote in her diary, "Coach Reed wants to do a special technique session tomorrow. He says I'm still losing time on my turns. I hope I do it right. I want to go to the Olympics. Mom and Dad have sacrificed so much for me. I can't let them down." The next morning, Saturday, October 18th, 2003, Lauren woke up at 5:15 to her alarm clock. She dressed quietly, went down to the kitchen, and drank a glass of orange juice. Karen was making coffee. "Honey, is practice this early normal?" she asked. Lauren slung her bag over her shoulder. "Coach Reed set up a special technique session. It'll just be me. He says I need extra work to prepare for the Olympics." Karen frowned. "No one else will be there?" "No, one-on-one training. It's more effective that way." Karen felt uneasy but couldn't explain why. "Don't forget to call when practice is over." "Okay, Mom. I'll be back by 8. Lauren kissed her mother's cheek and went out the door. The early morning air was cold. The sky was still dark. Lauren got into her blue Honda Civic, started the engine, and headed toward Crater Lake. At 5:47, Lauren's car entered the parking lot of Crater Lake Swimming Academy. The security camera recorded this. Lauren got out of the car, took out her bag, and walked toward the main building. She was alone. There were no other cars in the parking lot. The lights inside were on. When Lauren entered, Michael Reed was waiting for her. "Good morning, champion," he said with a smile. "Are you ready?" "Yes, Coach." "Great. But first, there's a special place I want to show you the new techniques. I have a special training pool at my house. We can work more comfortably there, without any distractions." Lauren hesitated. "At your house?" "Yes. It's only 5 minutes away. I always use it when I work privately with Olympic athletes. Don't worry. You can call your mother from there." Lauren trusted him. This was Coach Reed, the man with 22 years of experience, the man who would take her to the Olympics. "Okay," she said. "Great. Let's go in my car. I'll bring you back afterward." Reed's black Chevrolet Tahoe was parked behind the building. Lauren got in with her bag. The security camera didn't see them returning to the building because there was no camera at the back exit. At 5:52, Lauren's cell phone gave its last signal at a tower near Lakeside Drive. Then it shut off completely. Karen Davis started worrying at 8:30. Lauren hadn't returned home yet, and her phone was off. At 9 o'clock, Karen called the academy. No one answered. Saturday morning, the offices were closed. At 9:30, Thomas left the house and drove to Crater Lake. The academy's parking lot was empty. The building doors were locked. Lauren's blue Honda Civic wasn't there. Thomas called the police. At 10:15, Officer Richard Donovan from the Oregon State Police came to the Davis home and took a report. Lauren's photo, her car's license plate, and the last place she was seen were recorded. By noon, search operations had begun. Volunteers, police teams, and search and rescue dogs scoured the area around Crater Lake. No trace was found. On Sunday, October 19th, 2003, local television channels opened with the news of Lauren's disappearance. Her photo appeared on screens. A beautiful young girl with long brown hair, blue eyes, and a bright smile. 16-year-old Lauren Davis disappeared while going to swim practice Saturday morning. Her family is begging anyone with information about her to contact the police. Michael Reed went to Portland Police that Sunday and gave a statement. Lauren didn't come to practice Saturday morning, he said. I was at the academy at 6 o'clock, but she never showed up. I'm very worried. Lauren is a very disciplined girl. She would never miss practice. Detective Sarah Morrison took down Reed's statement. When was the last time you saw her? Friday, at the after-school practice. Everything was normal. We had planned a special session for Saturday, but she didn't come. Was there anything that seemed strange to you? No, nothing. Lauren was a perfect student. When Reed returned home, he noticed his hands were shaking. He went to the small room in the basement. He locked the door. In the middle of the room was a laundry basket. Inside were Lauren's bloody clothes. Reed put them in a plastic bag, tied the bag's mouth tightly, and took a deep breath. No one can know, he whispered. No one will ever know. As weeks passed, search operations intensified. The FBI got involved. Every square meter around Crater Lake was scanned. Divers searched the bottom of the lake. Nothing was found. The media took Lauren's story to national news. Headlines read, Olympic hopeful girl missing. Karen and Thomas Davis appeared in front of television cameras and tearfully begged for their daughter to return. In November, a tip came in. An anonymous caller said they saw Lauren in a dark-colored SUV Saturday morning. Police questioned all dark-colored SUV owners in the area. Michael Reed was on the list. He had a black Chevrolet Tahoe. Detective Morrison questioned him again. Mr. Reed, where were you Saturday morning, October 18th? At the academy, preparing for practice. Did you go anywhere in your car? No. I was at the academy all morning. Is there anyone who can confirm this? Reed hesitated. Well, no. Saturday mornings are usually quiet. Only athletes and coaches come. Morrison frowned, but had nothing to charge Reed with. Searches continued until December. When snow started falling, hopes diminished. As 2004 began, Lauren Davis's case went cold. Karen Davis collapsed. She quit her job. She spent her days looking at Lauren's photos, sitting in her room. Thomas tried to keep working, but felt empty inside. In 2005, Karen and Thomas divorced. The pain had separated them from each other. Each had lost Lauren in a different way, and they couldn't carry each other's pain. Karen moved to a small apartment in Portland. She prayed for Lauren every day. Every Saturday, she went to Crater Lake and sat by the shore, imagining that her daughter would somehow return. Thomas tried to work and forget, but at night he heard Lauren's voice. Dad, I'm going to the Olympics. Michael Reed continued his life normally. He kept working at Crater Lake Swimming Academy. He coached new students. Families continued to trust him. In 2010, Reed retired. He began living a quiet life in his house on Lakeside Drive. He had never married. He had no friends. Neighbors found him polite but distant. No one knew what he was hiding in his basement. Years passed. 2015, 2018, 2020. Lauren Davis's case was forgotten. Only her family remembered. Karen died of a heart attack in 2019. Her last words before dying were, "Find Lauren. Please find her." June 2021. Portland Construction Company began building a new hotel complex on the shore of Crater Lake. The area where the old club facilities had been located was closed and sold. While construction crews were excavating, they found something underground. Project manager James Peterson noticed the excavator hit something metal. He stopped the excavation. Workers cleared the soil. There was a car, a blue Honda Civic. The license plate was readable, Oregon MHD 8734. Peterson's blood froze. He called the police. Oregon State Police came with forensic teams. The car was carefully removed from the ground. Inside, on the seats and in the glove compartment, DNA samples were found. The GPS system still worked. Last location, 2847 Lakeside Drive. Detective James Harlow took over the case. He examined the old files. In 2003, Michael Reed lived at this address. He still lived in the same house. Harlow sent the DNA samples to the state laboratory. Results came 2 weeks later. The DNA on the steering wheel, on the seats, and in the glove compartment belonged to Michael Andrew Reed. July 20th, 2021, 6 a.m. Detective Harlow and 6 police officers arrived at 2847 Lakeside Drive. Michael Reed was 68 years old. When he opened the door, he didn't look surprised, as if he had been expecting this. "Michael Reed, you are under arrest in connection with the murder of Lauren Davis," Harlow said. Reed bowed his head. "I knew," he whispered. "I knew you would come one day." During interrogation, Reed confessed everything. He explained that on the morning of October 18th, 2003, he called Lauren to the academy, took her to his house with the promise of special training, attacked her there, and killed her by strangulation. "Why?" asked Harlow. Reed closed his eyes. "I don't know. I've been asking myself that for years. I felt something for her, something I couldn't control. That morning, at my house, something broke. I touched her, and she pulled back. She looked at me with fear and disgust, and I couldn't stand it." "How did you bury the car?" "I took it at midnight, behind the old club facilities. No one saw. I dug it underground with an excavator." The trial began in March 2022. Thomas Davis sat in the front row. He was holding Karen's photo. Reed pleaded guilty. The jury decided in just 2 hours. First-degree murder. Life imprisonment. No parole. When the judge looked at Reed, he said, "She trusted you. Families trusted you, and you used that trust to kill her." Reed was taken away silently. Thomas spoke to reporters outside the courthouse. "Lauren is at peace now, with her mother." Lauren Marie Davis was buried at Portland Memorial Cemetery on May 15th, 2022, next to her mother. Hundreds of people attended the funeral. Former schoolmates, coaches, teachers, everyone remembered Lauren. The gravestone read, "Lauren Marie Davis, 1987 to 2003, lost on the path to the Olympics, but never forgotten." Thomas placed white roses on the grave. "I miss you, baby girl," he said. "Every day, I miss you." Crater Lake Swimming Academy erected a monument in Lauren's honor, a bronze plaque by the pool, in memory of Lauren Davis, swimming among the stars. When the story ended, one lesson remained. Trust is fragile, and some monsters come disguised as mentors.